What happened to this button? Why is the lift not coming down? Hey, Tanu, does your lift not work?
Priya, no. Lift.
Tanu had just said that the call was disconnected, and Priya, without paying any heed to her, started pressing the lift button continuously, as if some disaster had happened. Along with pressing the button, she was also repeatedly looking at the stairway. But after thinking about the 8th floor, it seemed right to try for the lift. But there was no movement in the lift.
Oh, it's 12 o'clock. Now I think I have to go by the stairs itself.
Leaving the lift, Priya had just moved towards the stairs. That suddenly, the lift door opened. Without delay, she hurriedly entered inside and pressed the button for the 8th floor, without noticing a warning sign right outside the lift that says, "Do not use lift at night." But Priya, unaware of all these things, stood inside the lift, leaning her back against the wall. Yet, the lift had not even crossed 4 floors. That's why Priya felt that someone breathed loudly in her ear from behind. She was horrified. Then as soon as she turned back to look, the elevator light went off, and the elevator screeched to a halt with a screeching sound. The red emergency button inside the lift started blinking. Pressing it repeatedly, Priya started asking for help, but there was no one to listen to her. She constantly kept screaming, "Help! Help! Is there anyone?" But no one came to help her. Priya's nervousness was now slowly turning into fear. Her shouting started decreasing, and her trembling started increasing. Only then, a small bulb inside the lift started blinking rapidly, on which the warning was written. Priya became more careful because of the light coming on suddenly. Then as soon as she turned towards the mirror in the lift, she saw her own image and screamed,
Hey, someone, get me out of here. Is anyone listening?
Priya had said this much, that the sound of the lift started coming, which was increasing gradually, but the lift was neither going up nor down. The red warning bulb was getting switched off. That's why Priya started trying to open the door with both her hands. But the strength of her delicate hand did not work on that iron door. So after many attempts, she sat in the same corner and started crying, sobbing. And then suddenly, with a loud creaking sound, the door of that stuck lift started opening. But the door, which did not open, even after Priya insisted so much. Then how did it open on its own now? And it also opened at such a place where the door was visible only from above, because the lift could not reach the 5th floor completely. But for Priya, even that half door was a support of a straw to drown. So she started trying to climb up somehow. But the door was at such a height, like a high boundary wall. But Priya did not give up. And on the strength of her hands, she had reached near the door till her shoulders. That's when a man crawling strangely came near her mouth and screamed. And Priya fell back into the lift, and the door of the lift started closing from the back. But Priya didn't have the courage to even move. She was in shock that whatever happened to her just now, was it true or an illusion? She was thinking all this as the lift door closed, and then it started going down so fast that Priya swung in the whole lift, and with a loud bang, the lift hit the ground floor, and the door opened. But now, the lift door was not steel, like a modern lift, but had a grill, like an old-fashioned lift. Priya comes out handling herself. She was not even able to walk properly, after what had just happened to her in the lift. But as soon as she came out, her head got dizzy again, because it was the ground floor of the same building, from where she had climbed. But now it was looking very old-fashioned. Stained floors. Huge movie posters on the walls of the building. Chewed tobacco was spit in the corner of the wall. As if there is no one to look after here. Priya was looking around staring. How all this changed. Then at last, her eyes went to the advertisement of the film, which was about 40 years old from today. Priya was about to come out from there, when she heard the sound of barking and someone coming, and she hid herself behind a pillar. She saw that a woman went in the lift with her shaggy dog, and then came out in a short time.
Ramu, where did this lift man die?
Yes, ma'am. We were having dinner.
Yes, you are paid only for eating food. Why is this lift not working?
That, madam, someone dropped something from the floor above, so it got stuck in the chain. We have sent a boy. Now the lift mechanic will come and check.
So till then shall I wait? Go and see for yourself and fix the lift.
Hey, ma'am, you live on the 3rd floor only. Go up via stairs.
Now a lift person will tell me what to do. Go quietly and fix the lift. My Tommy is tired of walking. He will go up by the lift.
Ramu, nodding his head at the woman's order, and then pulled up the lift's lever from the control board and reaches the top floor of the stairs. And then takes out the thing stuck in the lift and makes a sound from there.
Madam, it has gone out. I was calling the mechanic in vain. You wait there. I will start the lift after coming.
In fact, Ramu told that woman to stop, but before Ramu came, she pulled down that lever of the control room and started the lift. Poor Ramu had not even come out of the door when that woman closed the lift's grill and started the lift. And then the whole building echoed with a loud scream. This scream was of that lift operator Ramu, whose body had been cut in 2 pieces. The part below the waist was with that lift, and the rest of the same part was lying lifeless outside the lift on the top floor. When Priya saw his half-dead body, she screamed out of fear, and on hearing her scream, that half-dead body opened its eyes and came in that form, which Priya had seen before. And now, he started moving towards Priya again. Priya runs downstairs to avoid him, and the ghost of the lift's operator follows her. This time when Priya reached downstairs, everything was back to normal again. The same lift in which she had boarded for the first time. Priya again came inside the same lift to avoid the Ramu's ghost. And the door closed. And the next moment, the lift started moving rapidly upwards and stops again with a loud bang. And again, the same warning red light starts blinking and the door opens. The door again does not open at its right place, but in front of that half-open door, there is also a door. Maybe of someone's apartment. But this time, Priya doesn't even make an effort to get out. Shivering with fear, she just stands inside the lift. That's when the door of the apartment opens, and an old woman comes out of it.
Who is there? Who is in this lift? The lift was not to be used at night, was it? This is the cursed lift.
When that old woman came out, Priya noticed that she was the same woman, because of whom that lift's operator Ramu was killed. Seeing her, the hope of help arises inside Priya, and she screams,
Auntie, save me! Please, help me!
No, I cannot come near this lift.
I know that lift man died because of you. That is why you are scared.
Yes, and after that night, I have never come near this lift again, and will not even today. He often calls me in the lift, and I know if I come, he will kill me.
He may not have killed you, but remember, if you do not save me today, another innocent life will be lost because of you.
After listening to Priya, that old woman thinks a little, and then moves forward with her wavering steps, full of fear, and then leans inside the lift and extends her hand towards Priya.
Who knows? He may forgive me after seeing you save her life today.
Priya holds her hand and holds it tightly and says,
Some things are not forgiven, just punished.
Saying this, Priya drags that old woman inside the lift. Because at this time Priya, not Priya, but the soul of Ramu in that lift, lives inside her. In whose blink of an eye, the lift goes up with manifold speed. And that old woman's body remains half inside and half outside. Just like what happened with Ramu a few decades ago. Whoever climbed in this lift at night only bad thing happened with him. But this trauma became so big for Priya that she was not able to speak after that day. After seeing that incident again, in the lift was permanently closed, forever, and all the people living there left the building by selling their apartments.
It's a wonderful building, sir. Don't go by the rumors of people. No one bought this place, so it's another builder's trick. Come, let me show you the place via stairs.
Why up the stairs? Is the lift not working?
The lift. Why won't it move? It moves. Let's go by lift.